Street legal electric food trucks here on Alibaba. This video, I'm actually going to cover the 12 essential things you need to know from the buyer that you're going to get your electric food truck from. I'm actually going to go down from 12 down to the most important thing, number one. So you want to stick through from the beginning to the end of this video. I'm actually going to show you some samples as I walk you through these 12 extremely important questions that you really need to know, because there are a lot of people who have been buying food trucks and food trailers on Alibaba, and some of them are getting mixed experiences. So if there's anything that I can do to kind of inform you and give you a heads up before you dive into investing, that's definitely what I'm going to do. So welcome to Marketing Food Online. It's Damian Roberti, founder and CEO. Let me make sure that, there we go. We got this up and running. Good. All right, so let me go through these 12 things. And as I mentioned, what I'll do as I'm going through, I'm going to flip through these pages here really quick and show you some samples of some of the electric food carts and food trucks that are available on Alibaba that you can get. Now, the price ranges can get anywhere from like 2,500 up to about 20 grand, 20,000. Now, there's a few things that you need to be aware of, as I mentioned, and I'm just going to flip through from page to page here and check these out. But you want to be sure that you either ask these questions of the seller that you're going to buy them from, or at least be aware of them, and then you can go through the listing, and I'll show you really quick. We'll go through a couple listings, and I'll give you some examples. So number 12, the one thing that comes into mind, number 12, is the battery life and the charging time. So you want to make sure that the electric food truck has a reliable battery system with a long enough battery life in it to support your daily operations and fast enough charging time to minimize any downsize or downtime, okay? Because the times in which, of course, you are not using the truck, most likely you're probably at a commercial kitchen. So you want to make sure that you have it charging, of course, obviously, for the next business day, but you want to make sure that it's got a long enough charge. And what type of battery system does it have in it? Because that's going to dictate the length and the time that you can go to some of these events and how long you can actually stay there. And, of course, get back home, of course, without running out of battery juice. So number 11, the other thing is the range and performance. You want to really keep an eye on the range and performance of that specific battery and the battery life itself that it has. You want to consider the range and performance of the electric food truck in different weather conditions, different terrain, and of course, different road conditions that may pop up. Those are some things you want to come in mind on number 11 when it comes to range and performance, because many of these may look pretty amazing and they look great, but if they're not performing correctly, the battery's draining quickly and you're not getting enough use out of it, that's going to be a big problem. So number 10, let's move on to number 10, charging infrastructure. Now, this is something that's really crucial. This is something that actually Tesla is obviously running into a bit of a problem with all of the cars that they have out in the marketplace, is charging stations. So a charging infrastructure for your food truck, electric food truck for that specifically, you want to consider the availability and accessibility of charging infrastructure in your area, specifically in your city or your town that you're in, and what modifications can be necessary to ensure that you can charge your truck as needed. Okay, because in some cases, you may run into some of these are really amazing and they're outstanding. They can perform well, but trying to find charging stations specifically for the one that you bought can be a bit cumbersome and at times a bit of a challenge and may not even happen, which would be a big problem for you if you go to an event and you're running low and you can't get your trailer or your truck back home because of the fact that you don't have the proper infrastructure set up to actually charge the unit itself. Number 9, cost of ownership. So now the one thing you want to consider the cost of ownership is including the purchase price, of course, maintenance and repair costs, insurance, and any other costs for the battery itself. That sometimes a lot of beginners don't really analyze too much or even dive into that from the seller and find out specifically what is going to need to be happening in regards to the maintenance of this, what's the long-term cost to maintain it, and so on. So next up on our list, number 8, you want to know the food truck layout. So you want to make sure that the electric food truck has a functional and efficient layout that meets your specific needs and the requirements of the type of food that you want to serve. Now, obviously, you want to make sure that it is well equipped for either the type of beverage, type of food, or food and beverage that you're going to end up making and selling. You want to also check to see possibly if there's anything you can customize before you actually get your hands on this and before it actually gets shipped to you here in the US. That's something that's really critical. Number 7, the kitchen equipment. So you want to make sure that the electric food truck is equipped with the right kitchen equipment and appliances, such of course as refrigerators, ovens, grills, and sinks, and anything else that specifically here in the US, those codes or those standards set up by either the health department or local city ordinances, you make sure that they have them on board because when it comes down to equipment, once it gets here, having it retrofitted again or new equipment put in, like this is beautiful. This is a stunning one right here. Look at this. This is all electric. This thing is no gas. It's literally an electric one. I love this one. It's beautiful. But definitely something you want to look at beforehand, because that's going to cost a lot when it's here in the States if you happen to have it retrofitted or even more customization. Number 6, safety features. So you want to make sure your electric food truck has the necessary safety features available, such as a fire suppression system, emergency brakes, or any backup systems that either may be needed or required. Now, that's, of course, two different things, but the required aspect is something that you definitely want to make sure it happens before it gets here, because, again, having that fixed or retrofitted here in the U.S. to specifically follow any ordinances can be very costly. So let's check out this one right here. This is another one. The one thing about Alibaba that I noticed doing a little research for this video is the amount of electric food trucks that are available in the marketplace is pretty stunning. And some of them are actually pretty beautiful, look like even antique vehicles or modified old vehicles as well. All right, so next up is number 5. So vehicle regulations. So be aware of the regulations and requirements for electric food trucks in your city or county, including licensing, insurance, health, and safety standards. So not only do some of these really look amazing, of course, they have a great builds. They're built out amazing with equipment, the functionality of it. They're equipped very well, but they have to fall in line with what is expected here in the U.S. And in a moment, I'm going to go over some of the listings and I'll show you what I mean. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look. Let me show you something really quick. So when you go to Alibaba and you begin to look around for your electric food truck, you scroll down here, you're going to see this right here. Warning and disclaimers. This is super important. So motor vehicles manufactured for sale in the United States must be certified to comply with the applicable federal motor vehicle safety standards, okay? So basically, for more information on that, you got to check this out about importing vehicles. You got to be aware of this and make sure that the seller, the builder, is actually following those guidelines and that these actually meet those standards. For instance, this one here, another great thing you'll look at, verified supplier. You'll look at the store rating. The response time is less than 2 hours. That's actually pretty fast. On-time delivery rates and transactions. Now, a lot of times you'll see transactions in the amount of transactions. They'll tell you, hey, this guy's completed 100 transactions or more, or a dollar amount, okay? But this disclaimer, by the way, I wanted to show you really quick that's very, very important. Number 4, let's go into service and maintenance. So you want to consider the availability of service and maintenance specifically for your electric food truck and what support is available if you encounter any problems with the truck itself. Because now you got to keep in mind, this is not a gas-powered truck. It's not something that you can take down to the local place. This is electric. So you got to find someone in your area too who will be able to work on it if you've got any electrical issues or if you've got any problem with the supply of battery energy operations and such with the battery that it has, making sure that you can definitely get it serviced in your area and you're not going to have to trailer it someplace that's either in another state. That's something that a lot of people don't think about too much. Also, when you buy an electric food truck, you're going to have to run and have someone else fix it, not necessarily someone who knows how to do it because it's not gas powered. Number 3, brand and supplier reputation. So you want to research the brand and the supplier, just as I mentioned, of the electric food truck, the reputation and feedback of previous customers to ensure that you are buying a reliable, trustworthy source. So for instance, as I showed you before, this other one, let me show you a second one really quick. Here's one example, $2,200 to about $6,100. Now that would vary, of course, on the size of the unit and specifically what is on it as far as equipment. That's not bad to get one, even if it was about $3,000. That's pretty inexpensive to get up and running. So here's another great thing. As you scroll down here, it's going to show you, you may also like, this here shows you some of the views of the product, how many views. It's also showing you a price range for that specific unit. And you can click through here and look at even more amazing different builds and different kinds of vehicles that are available. And again, you want to look for, more specifically, this disclaimer and making sure that you can get a supplier who's going to fall in lines with what is expected once the unit arrives here in the US, so you don't have to do any additional building on it. So take a look at some of this particular one. This is a pretty amazing one here, from $1,700 up to about $10,000, and these of course vary in style and size depending on what you want to do. Again, electric vehicles. So many of these trailers are just powered by electricity. They're not going to have any other additional generators that are propane or gas powered. That's pretty cool, pretty amazing. So number two, compatibility with your business. So you want to consider how this electric food truck, once you get it from Alibaba, you get it in, how is it actually going to fit or with your existing business or menu? So any modifications or necessary integrations that you get once it's here, again, is going to be very costly. So don't make the mistake of buying a unit because it maybe looks really cool, it looks great, it has some of the equipment, but if it doesn't really fit in line with what you're actually making, then that is something that's going to be a problem, kind of hinder you from your success once you have it here in the US. And here's a lot of other samples. These are really beautiful images, some great ideas, very unique looks. Of course, inside with the equipment and such. So that brings us to number one. So obviously, there's a reason why you're getting an electric food truck, and it's much more beneficial for the environment as it is. So number one is the environmental impact. So you want to consider the environmental impact of your food truck, including its energy efficiency, any emissions or waste management that may have, to make sure that the truck aligns with your specific business goals and your values. Because if that is really important to you, obviously there's no reason why you're not using a gas-powered vehicle, but you're going with something electric. It's obviously going to save you a lot more money for gas, obviously, because gas prices are skyrocketing. But on top of that, too, you've got the environmental benefits of having one. So these are the top 12 considerations if you are looking to create a food truck, but you want to utilize the electric food trucks and get one specifically more or less on Alibaba. This is a rundown really quick of some of the amazing and fantastic builds that are available to you on their platform, ranging in prices from around $2,000, $2,200 on the low end for very small units to ones that are built out over 20 or 30,000. So if you have any questions about electric food trucks on Alibaba, please do give us a big heads up. Ask us, let us know down in the comment section. Check out the other videos here we have on Marketing Food Online. If you're new, definitely subscribe to our channel. Got over 1,000 videos and a couple other videos actually specifically about buying on Alibaba, some other things you want to think about as well. And I'll see you guys on our next video.